So let's do a little bit of a tutorial where I show you around this tool. The first tool we're going to be going over is the Keyword Finder tool within this free course. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. So what is the Keyword Finder tool? Very simple. You find keywords that that provide search quantities, that provide competition, provide PPC and CPC. These tools, a lot of people can access them. All you have to do is pay the subscription, as you guys know. But it's not about who can access it. It's about what do you know and what are you looking for. So let me kind of break things down. All right. First, you search a keyword. You can choose the location of where you're searching. This is actually very useful for certain blogs. Okay, so if I, for example, have a blog and I want to see what are the Germans searching for, I can click search, right? If I have a store or product in these kind of areas, what are they searching for? I can provide these certain things. If I have a product or a business where I'm shipping stuff worldwide, I can look through different things. So this can, location matters a lot. And we might talk about that in the future and go deeper on that. And then here is a language search. Okay. Also very important. A lot of people think that just because you're searching in English, that automatically it will just be from the United States, and that's not true. There are certain keywords and certain niches that people from other countries could be searching in English. Okay. Speaking of your keywords here, you have a keyword list. Once you enter a certain keyword, you have a keyword list, right? And that keyword list is related keywords. It shows the trends, which is very important, very useful tool. It shows the search demand, and it shows the CPC, the PPC, and the keyword difficulty score. Now, I want to say something. The keyword difficulty score, let's go ahead and read what it says. It says, keyword SEO difficulty developed by Mangools, calculated from the link profile strength, the LPS, of URLs ranking in the first SERP. So the way they calculate difficulty is they start looking at all the different keywords, the links that show up here. Okay? And that's kind of how they look at it. Now, what does this have to do with it? This is the SERP. What is the SERP? The SERP is, if I search something on Google, there's an order of all the links that show up. That's what the SERP is. Now, if we read here, it says last time this SERP was fetched, this SERP is pretty fresh, so refetching is disabled. So once again, they're fetching the information from Google. So if I just do here an anywhere search, any language for the GTR shirt word, there we go. We have the context and we have the SERPs. If I click on a different keyword, right, here's the different URLs, okay, and we have the SERP. All right. Now, if you look here, the very first one was scored 17 in keyword difficulty, and the next one was scored in 11. Having this score is just kind of easier, once again, not to compare it out of 100, but to compare it with each other. My goal is not to understand that, this is an 11 out of 100. I don't care what number this says. What I care about is how it compares to its competitors, because that's how I can go in and I could start finding these golden niche opportunities. So for example, let's just see this keyword. It's a Skyline GTR shirt, right? And I'll hit the little search button, and we're now seeing the competition based on the SERP. This is a 16, right? 140 searches. So what's better? 40 searches on 11 competition, 140 searches on 16 competition? Depends on the situation, right? For me, I would go with this keyword still because there's less competition from a keyword standpoint. But once again, everybody's different, and the niches and the keywords that you pick provide different results. I want you to take a look at these keywords, and I want you to understand that every single keyword entered, when it's different, is its own niche. That's how you need to look at things. So the word Nissan Skyline R34 shirt is not the same as Skyline R34 shirt. Even though they are adjacent, they are not exactly the same. There's different things that can arise. There are different keywords that can arise, and they have different search volumes and things like that. So they're similar, but they are not the same. And from a keyword standpoint, from a Google standpoint, sometimes one word can make all the difference between showing up in the 9th or 10th or 14th or 17th position versus being in the second position or the third position, getting that extra traffic and getting that extra sale. So now that you kind of know here and know about here, let's take a look at this. This is kind of self-explanatory, but here we have, once again, the keyword difficulty, right? When I click on a certain keyword, it will present the difficulty and it will present the history of the search volume. So you can see here how much search volume the keyword had in October of 2019, how much it had in October of 2021, etc. And it will show kind of the search. Now this here has a growing trend, and this is why we talk about trends. If you look here, it has a 59% trend growth. That's important. Why is this important? When I build a business or a blog, let's say, I want to know that I want to put my effort in. I want to somewhat walk away. I don't want to fully walk away, obviously. I don't want to, I want to be able to manage our customer service and things like that. But if I want to walk away and I still want to see it grow on its own, I want to see it do well over time. And a keyword like this is a great keyword to tackle, especially in its early days, right? And it's still kind of early. I mean, 390, 700 searches is not a lot every month. But you could see here, this kind of stuff only continues to grow, okay? And unless it's some sort of like fad, then the obviously the traffic will die off. But the search volume here is growing over time. And growth is a key to success because me personally, I've been there before where I created content in a specific niche and that niche is dying. So I worked so hard to build this content, these blogs, and the niche is dying. There's less attention going to that niche. Of course, it will still make me money, but it's not growing. There's no room to grow. There's that ceiling. And that is a difficult thing to handle. But once again, this is one of the things that I say is we don't live in a perfect world. One of the easier ways to control that is just create multiple websites with multiple blogs, And I know that sounds crazy to some people, but you really got to get into the mindset if you want to get true financial freedom. And I'm not sitting here stating that that's for everybody, but if that's something you want to keep as a goal and that's something you want to be serious about for the rest of your life and really just run your own business and not have to go to work for someone, which, by the way, there's nothing wrong with working for someone. If that's something you're serious about, then it's going to take full-time effort, right? It's going to take multiple websites, I call them businesses, but really they're websites and it's all under one business umbrella. But multiple websites, multiple blogs, multiple products, many hours of thinking about what to do and how to do it. A lot of different effort comes into play. This is not something like a joke or something to be played with. It's really got to be taken very seriously. So the keywords, the difficulty, etc. One of my favorite features for content creation, especially blog posts, is this button right here, here and here. The autocomplete and the questions. When I search something like GTR shirt, I can search for questions and I can see, is there somebody possibly searching any question related to the word GTR shirt? Now, sometimes, obviously, it depends on the situation. Like the keyword GTR shirt is not really, people don't really ask too many questions about that. But that's what this tool provides. It's almost like a magic tool that can provide questions. So how to get GTR to shoot flames, that's a question. How far should a shirt go down? That's a question. How do GTR shoot flames? How many GTRs were made? Things like that. These are questions. You can answer these questions and you can create blog content around these questions and you don't have to think of them. The tool will do this for you. This is once again why it's very important to utilize tools. Tools are powerful. It's a wealth in your hands that you can go out and access. And when you look at something like this, is like, for example, okay, you look at a question like this: how many GTR R35s were made? You make a blog post on this, 140 searches a month, okay? That's an extra, potentially, obviously everybody's different, but 140 people accessing your website potentially, not guaranteed, but potentially 140 people accessing your website, learning about your t-shirts, right? And going and buying them. Learning about your products and going out and buying them. Maybe you're selling a journal that has a GTR design on it. Maybe you're selling a poster of a GTR. Maybe you're, whatever you're doing, right? Everybody's different. I can search here, for example, sea moss. Okay, everybody knows what sea moss is. It's a supplement, it's an ingredient, whatever you want to call it. I click on sea moss, I look at questions, and look how many questions related to sea moss. Look at how many questions, look at this. I can scroll for days here and get questions. 126 total questions the tool is able to create for me, right? So why is sea moss gel good for you? That gets 40 searches a month. Imagine if I was selling sea moss. Or maybe I'm not a seller, maybe I'm an affiliate. Once again, if you want to learn more about how to actually monetize a niche, whether you're an affiliate, whether you're selling the product, whatever, go to cashcownichesites.com and go over here, picking the perfect niche for your blog ebook. Not only does this help you pick the perfect niche, but it also helps you monetize that perfect niche. That's the most important thing. If you're not monetizing, there's no point to this, right? There's no point of creating a blog just for the fun of it, at least my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I personally, every blog that, even if I enjoy what I'm doing, I still want to monetize, right? I have a blog on treadmills. I was a deep researcher on what brand is the best, what's giving you the most value, what costs the most, what costs the least. And that was interesting to me at the time. And I created a blog on that, and that creates income for me on a daily basis through affiliate sales, selling treadmills. So everybody can do what you want in terms of an income perspective, but look at this. There's so much opportunity here. Keywords with lower competition, some have low, some have high, right? All kinds of different keywords here, and we could see different keyword difficulties, right? And you could find what's referred to as a good keyword or a bad keyword, and we're going to actually talk about that here in the next lesson. So let's get into that.